in the game.
Great play call, great pass, great reception. That play had it all.
Today.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. And incomplete to open things up. This defense for the Niners, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw, Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Steps away to his left. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now 3rd down and 7. Throwing now is Geno. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Now it's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ramirez. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 25-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Geno. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Smith. And Walker has it. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing again is Smith. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. Flush to his right. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the first down. Now back to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Third down at 6. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
Fielded just inside the 20. And oh, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Play action. Now Purdy. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. On 1st and 10, Smith. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Smith. He finds his man, complete. That's Ramirez. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now Smith. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ramirez. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To the air again, Smith. And this a quick slant to Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and a yard. Smith. His throw incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Smith. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games?
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Purdy now to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. Touchdown! Devontae Smith. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And the bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Smith now to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Ramirez. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He'll return it from the 6. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, 74 yards. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Purdy will throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Seahawks take back over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And got his man complete. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 82 yards. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Smith. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again. Smith throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're dead.
Touchdown! Devontae Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Flushed out right. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
2nd and 10, Smith again. And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Smith throwing again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pinch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. To begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. The Smith throw caught here by Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Geno now to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks 1st down as he'll be taken down at the 46. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, Smith. And completes it again to Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. From the gun, here's Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. On 1st down, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
And with Listen, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. On 1st down, Purdy. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film set.